Welcome back, everybody. Austin Playhouse just opened Arcadia, written by Tom Stoppard, this past weekend, and there is still time to catch the show. Toby Miner as Bernard Nightingale and Andrea Osborne as Hannah Jarvis are here to tell us more. It's really cool to talk about this morning. Y'all, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
All right, y'all, we're going to talk to you first, Toby. Tell us about Arcadia. I told you off camera, I know nothing about this. I didn't know if it was a musical or a play or what. Tell us a little bit about it and kind of what the play is about.
Sure. So in general, Arcadia takes place in two time periods. It takes place in the 1800s and then present day 1990s is when it present for the show. But it's about where do science and art intersect, and do they intersect, and is one more important than the other? In the 1800s, one of the young ladies discovers a theorem and a mathematical theorem that she's not going to be able to figure out, but it's the beginning of a far-reaching process that into the 90s, we were just starting to figure out with our current technology. And then, so she's doing all this, we're seeing all these historical characters. In the present, there's a couple of academics who start coming across all these little pieces of things that are going on and trying to put it together. And they have their theories about what actually happened, but is that what happened? Or did this happen and they're misreading it? So then we get back to, is it science, is it art, is it mystery?
Huge ideas and beautiful speech.
I was going to say, and lots of question marks popping up just even as you're telling me. The more I hear about the subject, the more I think I'm going to have to see it to know.
Yes.
All right, Andrea, how was opening weekend? How did it go?
Incredible.
What was the reception?
It was absolutely incredible. And this play is very interesting, very different than some of the other things that I've been lucky enough to be a part of, in the sense that it's always different what the audiences get on every night. It is a comedy. It is a...
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is very much a comedy, believe it or not. A lot of big ideas, and smart ideas and some sobering ideas, but it is still a comedy. And so we really learned where all the laughs were for the first time on opening night. It was so nice to finally have an audience, and they were with us. Man, we're so lucky to have the patrons we have at Austin.
It's always fun to
so
feel
cool.
the energy of when they start to get an idea and what they're feeling and what they can catch on to, because there's a lot of information that gets dumped, and to discover with them what they hear and then what they connect later on. It's always a lot of fun to feel that with them as well.
So cool, yeah.
Really
Okay,
great.
and I'd love to hear a little bit about your characters. Toby, we're going to start with you, Bernard, or Bernard, if you're
Bernard
from
Nightingale.
the UK. Tell me a little bit about him.
Sure. So he is an academic. He's a college professor who is obsessed with Lord Byron and all of Lord Byron's writings. And he has come across a couple of new essays or reviews of books that nobody knew that Byron wrote. And so he's obsessed with finding out all he can about that. Well, in the process of researching those, he also thinks he came across some maybe ne'er-do-well stuff that happened with Byron that he's trying to figure out. Well, the only way to find out happens to be with this person who they don't really get along very well. So he's got
Hannah.
I put him to task because I'm the truth teller. I want proof. I was lucky enough 25 years ago to play this character.
No way.
For Austin Playhouse. We did.
Wait, right in the beginning of Austin Playhouse.
Yes, at the very beginning at Hyde Park we did it there, and so I'm getting to revamp this character, and she is so lucky. I'm so lucky. It's just a very well-written female character. She's a no-nonsense, very feminist, a best-selling author. Her book was well received. It's about one of Lord Byron's paramours, one of his lovers, Caroline Lamb, and it was very well received by her audience and best-selling, but the critics panned it. And her biggest critic was this one over here. And in her dealings, writing her new book in an estate, she meets Bernard Nightingale. And so she just puts him to task because she wants proof, she wants truth, and it's brilliant. It's really fun.
Man, okay, yeah. As you guys are talking, the more I'm thinking, okay, I've got to see it with my own eyes to understand what's really going on here. I love this. All right, I want to make sure that we talk about tickets. So, Toby, I'm going to come to you about that, just because I want to make sure everybody knows to get tickets ahead of time, because you can get them at the door, but this is selling fast, right?
Yes, Arcadia, we have been selling very well. So you can get them at the door, but we recommend that you go to austinplayhouse.com to get tickets there. We do have student discounts and those kind of things. So get everybody to come out. It's a good time, but get them ahead of time.
Yes.
Good to know. Okay, and real quickly, Andrea, you guys have a cool show coming up in October in the last 30 seconds we've got.
Sure do. Red Hot Patriot, which is about about Molly Ivins, such a great figure in Texas history and Texas in general. Cindy Williams will be starring in that one-woman show, and it is something to be seen. Funny, and witty, and so it's a really great show.
I think this is a group of very cerebral people,
Yeah.
is what I'm thinking.
Well, it's turned out that way, and very, I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, bow down to you. Thank you guys so much for being here, and hey, break a leg.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
Of
Thanks for
course,
having us.
you can check out the rest of this season's plays, buy tickets for Arcadia, and learn more by heading to austinplayhouse.com.